Hey, Deb. Hey, girl. Hey, Deb. Hey, hey. Oh, I know. 1 second. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I know DJ is on. I know. But give me a second. Give me 1 second here. Give me a second. 1 second. Give me a second. Whoa, y'all know I got some things to say, right? What up, Mod? What up, Mod? Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. I need a minute, y'all. I had to wash my damn hair. Whoa, it feels much better. This is as good as it's gonna get today, y'all, because it's just gonna sweat out, but I gotta hook it up for my birthday. So excuse the look, excuse the room. Y'all know how I come real. So this is what you're gonna get. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's get some theme music coming on up in here, you guys. I do not own the rights to this music. I do not own the rights to this music. I'm gonna take this song and say he's giving shout outs to One Papoose. I'm gonna gloat on that. I'm gonna gloat on that, y'all. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Y'all put some hearts up for Kels. Go ahead, put some hearts up for Kels. Put some heart up for Kels. Y'all know we got another March coming, right? We got another. They say we doubling up. So we gonna go double up. We gonna double up, yeah. We gonna double it up. That's how I feel about me. I'm the world's greatest. I always think that you all are the world's greatest. That's why I tell y'all beautiful. Y'all beautiful. Let's open up this show for a minute, because over to a Zoom with me. I gotta be nice though. I am a giant. I am an eagle. Okay, I don't want the connection to go bad, so we're going to just turn that down just a little bit in the background. Oh, hey, everybody. In case y'all haven't noticed, NWA, when I have a problem, and I do have a problem, I seem to want to rock my NWA. Now, for those that knows exactly what that acronym mean, if you want to put it in the chat, go ahead and put it in the chat, because today I'm an NWA right now for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to jump up out of these shoes and jump back over to my other shoes, okay? Phases, I am so glad you here. I didn't have time to send you send you a message, and I hope you do not mind, but I really need to use about 5 minutes of an old live that you did with, and you guys saw my topic, Sharon Wimbush. I hope you can forgive me. I hope you do not block me, and I hope you do not disown your one pal. But I need 5 minutes phases of your of your call in from Sharon Wimbush. Okay, it's gonna help me get to a point where I need to go. So if that is okay, phases, can you give me a red heart so that we'll know that that's okay with you? And I'm going to go here with this one. You guys, I'm not playing. You will not see it. You guys know how I get down, but you will kind of hear it. But give me a second so that I can get to it. Okay. I'm going to open this up with just using a little pieces of, no, just the first beginning of it is really all I need here to get started. Okay, let's roll. R.kelly is being bashed, and so we want to just kind of give it some level here. I am speaking with. Hey, everybody coming into the chat. Hello, hello. Is a health strategist, but most importantly, for this particular interview, she was R.kelly's nutritionist. So, thank you, Dip, for shouting that out, because that's exactly when I got to get out my shoes. I'm gonna get shoes. Nutrition and metaphysics for 30 years. I've worked with Robert as, like you said, his nutritionist. I worked in the home, in the studio, in the two of us, and made sure that he had healthy food for him, his wife, and his daughter, Joanne, at the time. Okay. And so I interfaced with him and Drea on a daily basis. Oh, good. So you actually work on the bus as well as the home. We'll make sure the bus, the home, and the studio was taken care of. Yeah, not as it was traveling, but as it was stationary, making sure they had food for the travel. Right. Okay. Well, I want to jump in and let's just talk about what's going on today. I want to know your story. So I'm going to get quiet and I wanted you to tell me what you're here to share. I know we're going to talk a little bit about Sparkle. I want to hear about Drea and whatever else that you have to share. And we'll just have collaboration from here. Well, when you work in somebody's home, they feel like family to you. So Robert feels like family to me, and so does Drea and Joanne. So I have compassion for this situation, and it hurts my heart. I'm going to stop right there because I need to touch on the word compassion. She says that she has compassion for the situation, you guys. Somewhere now, she has zero compassion, not only for the situation, but for the people. We're going to get into that, though. Let's go. This is happening, and I don't like any of it. What I especially don't like is the public feasting on this situation. There are so many things going on in the world. There's so much injustice that we're not paying attention to because everybody's focused on making this one person the poster child for all of these ills that have happened with Black young girls. And I just think that's unfair and it's injustice as far as I'm concerned. I agree. So yeah. we talk about Sparkle. I want to talk about Sparkle first. I hear a lot of interviews about Sparkle, and there's a few lies that Sparkle has told, in my opinion, from hearing all the interviews. One of the lies that I think, this is alleged from me, that she said that she never was married to Earl in public announcement, and that she had no relationship, second line, with R.kelly. Can you elaborate? Okay. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to rewind it back to the beginning. And I want to be done with Phases Live because I have something to say. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys why I had chosen from the beginning to not follow anything about this lady. Hello. Hi, Miss Sharon. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm doing well. You guys pay attention to this. I appreciate you giving me a call today, and I appreciate the interview.
Okay, so I want to just jump right in because I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Again, when we talked earlier, we talked about, we wanted to have some kind of, level ground here because it's just, R.Kelly is being bashed. And so we want to just kind of give it some level here. I am speaking with Sharon Wimbush. Sharon is a health strategist. But most importantly, for this particular interview, she was R.Kelly's nutritionist. So, Sharon, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been working with nutrition and metaphysics for 30 years. I've worked with Robert as, like you said, his nutritionist. I worked in the home, in the studio, and the two of us, and made sure that he had healthy food for him, his wife, and his daughter Joanne at the time. Okay. And so I interfaced with him and Julia on a daily basis.
Oh, good. So you actually worked on the bus as well as the home. We'll make sure the bus, the home, and the studio was taken care of.
Yeah, not as it was traveling, but as it was stationary, making sure they had food for the travel.
Right.
Okay. She's a nutritionist. 30 years. For Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. You guys have heard and watched Faye's video on there. You'll also hear her tell you guys that she herself had moved on, or allegedly probably had services that was no longer needed. I'm going to put it that way. Allegedly. After her services were probably no longer needed, and it was probably the same way with Mr. West and all of the other big celebrities that she talks about, meaning that they were just probably tired of her ass, probably tired of eating the same goddamn shit. Who knows? I don't know. And I told y'all this wasn't going to be a good one, okay? 30 years, 30 years, 30. She said that she was a nutritionist for Robert Sylvester Kelly for 30 years. She also tells the people that after her departure from Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, she and Mr. Kelly, she said it with her own voice, her mouth, had not spoken or done anything together in a 20-year stretch after that. Now, call me cuckoo if you want to, but that's 50 years right there. She was with him for up to 30 years. So how old were you when you start doing your goddamn nutritionist? But then after that, you haven't spoken or seen or done anything with Robert Sylvester Kelly for a whole nother 20 years in between. Okay, so you know she's somewhere in her late, probably 50s, 58, 60, whatever. Kind of irrelevant, but I'm trying to make a point here. She also stated in Faye's video, shout out to you, Faye's, that what brought her and R. Kelly back together was she put some stuff out and she said this, and which prompted him to reach out to her after 20 goddamn years. He reached out to the nutritionist. So you're going to sit here and tell me that he also reached out to her to be his goddamn spokesperson. I've said this before on a lot of my videos. If you were not in Robert Sylvester Kelly present up until now, if you have not talked to him in the last year or 2 or 3, or possibly even after him going through that 2008, because if she said 20 goddamn years, meaning that he ain't said shit to you when he went through the first goddamn trial. So my question to her is the same that applies to Mr. Goddamn Booker. Where the fuck were you? Who did she work for in between those 20 goddamn years, y'all? Who? Because that person there needs to come on up out the goddamn bushes and shed some light on Mrs. Could be a Mr. I don't know. Don't give a fuck. Winbush. Who? Who knows about her within that 20-year period lapse? Who? Some of these celebrities got to come out. She tells these people that as working in the home for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly as his nutritionist, you guys, which I totally, right there when she stated this, raised a fucking eyebrow at this goddamn whatever she is. You slipped. I went upstairs, she tells the people, to look for some goddamn matches in this man's drawer that had panties in it. At that point, when I saw that on Phases right there, I completely told myself, I'm going to lean back with it, y'all. Bitch, you was in that house sniffing fucking panties. You in the house snooping around trying to investigate on what was really going on, but you a goddamn nutritionist. If you ask me, your ass shouldn't have been leaving the kitchen. It was a door in the goddamn kitchen. You clock in, you say hello, and you clock the fuck back up out my goddamn house. See, this is what happens when you allow too many goddamn people in your goddamn house. You upstairs, Mrs. Shan. I don't know why I want to say Mr. y'all. Looking for some goddamn matches, and then you caught yourself on Phases, though, Mrs. Wimbush. Oh, yeah, because I was about to barbecue some motherfucking chicken. That's what you said. Now, somebody tell me, and you make this shit make sense to me. Because if I'm up in there and I'm going to throw it out there, you's a fucking maid. You's a goddamn maid. That's what you were. If you'd have made your ass upstairs to arrange his fucking drawers where you got panties and shit all up in there and tidying up the beds, you were a goddamn maid. And I told y'all what the hell, what was the word that I called? Media. It's a person, it's no different from a narcissist. They feed themselves this bullshit to believe it within themselves. And then they got to plant that seed out there for other people to believe. She's one motherfucking apple seed short of a fucking narcissist. And it is what the fuck it is. Now, you in the fucking kitchen talking about, I don't make some goddamn barbecue chicken. That's what the fuck you said. I told y'all I got a problem with this shit here. I have not said anything on this shit. And ever since this woman has been talking, I've seen her shit go down with Dana J and everybody else. But see, I took one thing from a Zoom channel, I believe it was Trent, when the girls was on there. And Sharon told everybody exactly how she moves. They met her. She's controlling. She wants to be controlling. She wants that spotlight as well. Let's go back to the motherfucking barbecue chicken that she was going to do. Because as a maid, what your ass could have done was just left and went to the goddamn store up the street. Got a fucking flame of torch to light the goddamn grill. But you not going to sit here and tell me in that fucking mansion where Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly resided, with a big ass goddamn kitchen, that you had to wander your maid ass upstairs and look for a match in a fucking dresser drawer? Who the fuck does that? Who looks for a match in a dresser drawer? I'm going to tell you how, Miss Intellectual talking woman you are, how us ghetto people do it. Bitch, you could have rolled up a goddamn paper towel and lit it with a goddamn whatever. You could have lit it with the stove fire and ran your ass outside and threw that shit in the fucking grill. And it'll lit that bitch. But you had to wander your ass upstairs in a fucking drawer to look for a match. Now, not only did she come back and tell Faces that she was looking for a match, and I'm sitting here sometimes, I'm like, I need to call in. What the fuck is you looking in the drawer for a goddamn match to light the goddamn grill? Ain't you gonna check the kitchen cabinets and shit like that? Ain't you gonna look under the sink? Ain't you to the drawer? Now, mind y'all, she couldn't help but to come back and tell the people about the goddamn match. She had to put her story out there about the fucking panties that she found. Make that shit make sense. What the fuck for? As far as I'm concerned, they might have been her motherfucking panties. Period. Hers. Maybe she got some shit she hiding as well that she don't want to tell. This big old intellectual person. Sit your ass down and see me. I'm cold chilling right here because I'm real. I ain't got to go sit out back and pick no flowers in front of y'all or let y'all see the goddamn sailboats ride by and all that pretty ass shit from behind me. I'm gonna bring it to you like this. Sharon Wimbush, you were not there. Sharon Wimbush, you, my dear, with all of that BS that you just put on this YouTube streaming stuff. And oh yeah, I'm gonna bring up a comment or two from your page too, Miss Sharon Wimbush. You, my dear, you take the time out and you write Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and you tell him how you chose to shit on his people who did their best to come out there to show support. Miss Winbush, you realize that we didn't give a fuck if it was one or two people out there? Do you know that it wasn't the people that we were coming at? We were coming and marching to show Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly some love. Did you not see that? Did you not see that? Man, you don't miss Wimbush. Okay. Well, I'm straight from Chicago. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown how it works on downtown Chicago because you fed your people some other bullshit, miss. You told them ain't nobody out. Nobody saw us. 2-3 cars rolled by. Let me check you on that shit, honey. It's a Saturday, baby. And because it is a pandemic, one thing it did not stop was people from shopping, honey. And you lied to your people because every goddamn store down there was open, honey. If I'd had the time, bitch, I was about to run Macy's, but I was doing a fucking job. Everything was open. Stop lying to your people. And this coming from one papoose. You didn't say my name in your video. But because we went as a group, I'm going to ride for my people that came down there in the rain, came down there in 100-degree weather. But you seen your pretty flower sailboat water ass over there wants to talk about because it wasn't no news camera out there. Baby, we didn't need the news. We didn't need the news. You want to bet, baby, that the shit that we did went fucking viral? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, by the way, Miss Winbush, let go book motherfucking nuts. Let him go. Let him go. A little bit too hard. You squeeze them so hard, you losing the fucking blood flow to your brain. Let him go, huh? Let him do his thing over there. Nobody's not knocking any protest or whatever of what Book and them are doing. And me, as well as the brothers out here, is also encouraging people. If you are for Robert Sylvester Kelly, go on over there to the New York. Go on over there to the White House. Since I brought that up, Miss Wimbush, and you felt like the people didn't hear us, we were irrelevant, we were failures. It didn't make no sense of what we done. Here's one for you. Instead of your motherfucking ass picking what your job duty gonna be, writing up fucking banner behind the screen and putting it on the internet so it can blow up. Instead of doing that, put your boots on, sis. Tie your curly wig up. Go put some sweat in, because anybody can make a fucking note. We didn't have to do all of that, Mr. Wimbush, to put that march down, to come in front of that building, the MCC, to show Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly that he can keep that smile on his face while he go through his journey through the judicial system. See, we all understood that, and maybe you don't. We were aware that we could not walk up there and grab him up out of there. But we had made the decision that we were going to go and put the spirit back in his heart. We went down there so that he as well can continue his fight. And he heard us. You say he didn't hear us. Where did they have him at, Miss Wimbush? In the underground motherfucking railroad? You do know that those are windows up there, and those people can hear the train. They can hear the fucking rain. They can see the sun. They can see the moon. They can hear fights outside. They can hear the ambulance drive by, the police sirens, you name it. Now, what gives you the audacity to tell your people that he didn't hear us? So you write to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and you put in your letter every single terrible thing that you have said about his supporters that came out to show him love. And then I want to see, and this is to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly as well. If Robert Sylvester Kelly chooses to carry people like her in his heart, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to question Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. He said to make this shit make sense. Miss Winbush, you write to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly on how you shitted on his supporters, and you try to make it make sense to that man. And I'm going to be sitting my happy ass right here waiting on you to pull that shit off. Better yet, get your ass on the news, CBS, NBC, and you tell the world how we failed him. Show it to Robert Sylvester Kelly on camera. Put your face there. Put your face there, Miss Wimbush, because you tore him down. You didn't tear us down because we going strong on a double up. You didn't tear us down. You tore him down. The man that you said that you work for, that you love, and you was trying to do this for that's right, Miss Rolanda. Thank you, sweetheart. Due process. That's what you tore down. That's what you tore down. You tore down, my sister. And for that, my dear, if Robert Sylvester Kelly don't get rid of your ass, the one you ain't seen in 20 motherfucking years and got everything to say about him. You can't sit here and say that you know what the fuck he likes to eat right now. You can't tell me what fucking boxers he liked to wear. You can't tell me what fucking car that man likes to drive, because you ain't been around him either. You or Booker. And if anybody else sits here and believe that shit that comes out your mouth, they need a fucking reality check, baby. 20 years ago? What's your agenda, Miss Wimbush? What's your agenda on this all? Baby, you were so bold with it, you went after Miss Oprah Winfrey. Said you had plenty motherfucking money to fight Miss Oprah Winfrey. That only lasted, 7 minutes of your motherfucking video. Because after that, you ain't did shit. You ain't did nothing. So you know what that tells me? You a lot of talk. You learned those big words. But they do tell you the people with the big words can be the dumbest ass people in the world. And you showed that part of you. Let's get into some of your fucking video. Let's do that. Let's get into some of your fucking videos. See how I walk, Sharon? Because this is how I feel about you right now, bitch. NWA on your ass today. NWA. Because you wrong on all levels. You was wrong on that one. Now, as a supporter that you say you were, you said you were, and you saw us come out there with the effort of giving it all we have to continue to keep Robert Sylvester Kelly spirits up, to keep him going as a fighter. You, the 30 years nutritionist, right? The 30 years nutritionist. That's what you say you were. Instead of you bringing your ass out and saying, they did well, y'all. Hope our Sylvester Kelly likes that. You know what? We gonna add on to this and we gonna make it bigger. Nope. You spent it around. Called it an epic failure. This is what we gonna do over here. You barking them fucking orders and Shaborn told us. Shaborn told us you will bark them goddamn orders out. Shaborn told you you ain't coming here to run a MF thing. You remember that shit? Because I remember that shit. She told your ass. So shout out to Shaborn on that. I'm going to tell you about what that, when Shaborn said that shit, I heard it. And God is my witness. She's doing it again. She's doing it again. So you tell me who was lying in that Zoom meeting. Tell me who was lying in that Zoom meeting. See, you got to listen sometime to some of the people, y'all. You went down there and you met Shaborn and family. They wouldn't let you take over there because they saw your ass doing some shaky, shitty moves too. They didn't want you to come down there bossing on they shit. You couldn't just go join in, fall in suit. You know how they do in military. Fall in, motherfucker. Fall in or fall back. That's all you had to do. You took this march, called it an epic failure. You could have just added on to it, and we could have went massive with this, Sharon Wimbush. You tore down something that didn't need to be tore down. You belittled people who came and gave it their all. Sharon Wimbush. For that, my dear, I am almost 100% sure that you are going to be added to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly shit list, my dear. You will never have the opportunity to make him a cheese grill sandwich, no cantaloupe, no watermelon. Bitch, you ain't gonna never even get to fry or barbecue a goddamn chicken no more. And as God is my witness, I believe me and the supporters that went down there gonna make sure damn well you don't. You get the grill right out there, watching them fucking seagulls and them goddamn sailboats and them damn flowers and your little grill. That's where you gonna be stuck at. He don't want you no more. I'm gonna speak on behalf of him. You dangerous to him. You dangerous to him. You took something away from him, Miss Winbush, that he needed. You took it away from him. For that, my dear, you hurted him. Let's get into your first video because I got some things to say about it, y'all. I got some things. Right now, you about to lose your job. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your goddamn thoughts. Hold on a minute, y'all, because she dropped the phone. Dropped it in the water. She had to pick shit up, shake it off, hope that it still work. That's why you got that pause in there. That's why you got the pause. She dropped the shit.
And very energetic. So I was very optimistic about it. And then I turned it off because I had things to do. And then came back and checked in on it later.
I'm going to tell you what she had to do. That bitch. She had to go continue to fill out her nutritionist applications. She seems to only think that she's capable of working with the ones with the millions, y'all. With the millions. Hello, Riri, sweetie. She works with the millions. She'll get back to y'all videos and your marches and shit because she's got to continue to put in motherfucking nutritionist applications. Let's go.
And the first thing I heard were, where were the parents? And I heard that chanted over and over again. That sends the message that R.kelly was with people that should have had parental supervision. So that
is not what that message sent. So I'm going to give you my thought on what the message was, Miss Wimbush. Everybody in the world by now knows that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has been picked up on allegations of dealing with minors. And since the government chose to pick him up on those allegations and cite that in his indictments, we wanted to know, don't the government want to know, how did these alleged minors that the government, the prosecutions were allowed to put in these indictments to pick Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly up in underage without their parents? Where were they? Ding dong, ding, ding dong, ding, ding dong, knock, knock, motherfucker, knock, knock. See, you say your brain is massive. Well, extend it a little bit. Give your thoughts a little bit more time to think a little further. Rational it out. Rational it out. But see, no, you had to find some way to attack on that. Made pretty goddamn good sense to me. How about y'all? Y'all put those tools in the chats if it made pretty good sense to you. If the government cited in the indictments that there were minors, we want to question, well, where were the goddamn parents? Made sense to me. I need y'all to interact with me today. I need y'all to interact. We're not going to be here that long. But where were they, though, Sharon? I heard you even speaking on them at one point in time in your videos, but because it was said by somebody else in a chant, you had a problem with that.
Good. There was no media there. It was on a Saturday and Sunday during a pandemic. Chicago's under quarantine like the rest of the country.
She said it was done on a Saturday and Sunday. There was no people there. Well, if there's no people there, then you can call me Blind Jack Wolfie. Because I saw people. I even had to say, excuse me, some of us had to even move over. Police officers were people. People down there shopping is people. People riding in the Ubers were people. The subway is running. Everything was operable during the pandemic. But let me ask you this, Miss Wimbush. Is that what you're trying to stay clear of? While you give out the bargain order that you just going to make the banner sign and you just going to contact the news people right in the comfort of your home or sitting at the lakefront watching a boat sail by. So you trying to dodge the pandemic, huh? You going to send the other people out there while you take the easy motherfucking job, huh? Yeah. That's what you're doing, huh, girl? Catch you one of them sailboats and sail on the way. That's what you do. You ain't slick, go girl. And if anybody sit there, I'm sorry, Booker, where you allowing her to bark those orders out on you to do this and to do that and send your ass out there to risk your life in the pandemic, then you might, well, I already know you got a problem, but you have a bigger problem right now. A bigger goddamn problem. Sharon Wimbush, you get your ass out there and you mask up and you dodge that goddamn pandemic too, baby. I'm going to ask you another thing too, because you said that you're going over to Washington. I've been to Washington and show you some pictures, but can't disturb my phone right now. I stood outside that gate, baby. I stood outside that White House. Yeah, big old family reunion over there. We toured over there. I got to tell you this. I need goddamn binoculars from the gate to the front door of that White House to even see the bitch good. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. So I sure hope that you're coming with a group that looks like the Million Man March for them people to hear you in there. But let's just say that they do hear you the same way we were heard down here, baby. Because you have spoken, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the job done for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly to walk up out the MCC either, honey. This whole thing is a gamble. It's a gamble. And you know that. You know that. So I hope you got your bullhorn standing 2,000 feet away from that White House. Oh, I forgot. You ain't going to be there because of the pandemic, baby. Remember now, you said pandemic, which means that that's why we didn't have the people downtown here in Chicago. Now, call me stupid, but if it's a pandemic over here, ain't this a pandemic over there? So you gonna tell me that people gonna come out and you gonna get the news people out and you gonna get Trump out there and all that shit in the same goddamn pandemic that we have here. You gonna get the same people out. Girl, make that shit make sense, because you must be talking about a different goddamn pandemic that we ain't fucking heard about. But go ahead, do your job. We didn't need cameras, like I told you. We didn't need cameras. We were doing just fine. You want to bet that it got to the camera people, to the news people? You want to bet that? And at the end of the day, the news is going to decide what they want to report anyway. But keep in mind, we didn't go down there for that type of show. We went down there for Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's what we went down there for. And I think, and I give a shout out to everybody that did that march. A well goddamn job. We did a job with what we had to work with. Outstanding job, Sharon, to the PCD, baby. Because they covered us, honey. And I'm glad that they cover us. I'm going to speak on this before I continue with her video. I'm almost glad, y'all, that we didn't have that Million Man March crowd. What happened on Friday night, huh? What happened on Friday night down there, y'all? See, when your crowd is massive like that, you take one hell of a risk of people coming from nowhere, just walking, trying to do this and trying to do that. Look what they did on Friday night. They got one guy out that crowd that they were zooming in. That boy was on there throwing frozen bottles at the cops and everything. So I am kind of glad that we didn't get that big, because I stated that I wanted everybody to get there safe and return home safe. And that's what happened. With the help of the PCD, they had our back on this. Sharon Wimbush. They sat through both days, the entire goddamn march. The entire goddamn one. They protected us. But Friday night can turn out to happen to your march the same way that it did here on that Friday night. So go large, because we got crazy people out here. I thank God that we didn't attract crazy ass people.
So there were no people downtown. No businesses were open. No stores were open. So there were no pedestrians, no media. The cars that did go by, the few that you could count, their windows were up. No flyers.
Now, if y'all don't put them laugh emojis up in there on that shit, something wrong with y'all. She said the cars on the windows were up. Pay attention to shit like that, y'all. This is a story that she was trying to sell so hard. You had to throw in there the car windows was up. You mean to tell me that you beamed in, you zoomed in that damn hard to see... Bitch, what you do? Put the binoculars up to your goddamn phone because you needed some extra 20 goddamn vision to see that shit. You had to double up on your goddamn vision, girl. So they said, who in the hell, y'all, logs on to get that guy to put them motherfucking laughing emojis up in that room? This motherfucker said, there was no windows. All of the windows were up. Bitch, what the fuck? That is my favorite part of this goddamn video, y'all. I had to go back and rewind. Y'all hit them goddamn like buttons up in here. We got to get this stream out there. Hit them like buttons. I have 71 people up in here, and 56 has hit the thumbs up. Y'all got to make this match to keep my stream strong. Don't be sitting back there. Or you know what? Sit back there, but hit them. Keep hitting them. 58. I'm counting them up. 58. Keep hitting them. 61. Keep hitting them damn butts. Keep hitting them because I'm coming at y'all on this one now. Keep hitting them. Hit them again. We at 61. I got 73 still sitting back there, y'all. I got 73, 74 still sitting back there, y'all. Y'all get on them people in the bushes right now. Get on the people in the bushes right now that won't hit the goddamn like button. Get on them. Get on them, y'all. Bring them on out. But when that woman said she saw all the cars, the few that it was, the windows was up. Boy, that's a bad motherfucker. That's a bad woman. Let's go. NWA today. NWA today.
Radio stations or newspapers because no one was at work because everyone's at home. So,
Miss Wimbush, if there's nobody at work and everyone was at home, you want to tell me how all them people downtown Chicago was eating? Baby, I even went to Dunk. We went Popeyes. What? Then we go to Popeyes. We went to Popeyes Empress. We went to Popeyes Vidal. And that shit was good because I ain't had Popeyes in a long time. And baby, let me tell you how many employees were in Popeyes. Probably about 10. Now then the next door had some. And you can't sit here and tell me, Miss Wimbush. Now, you saw the windows up on that cars. Baby, you ain't see all them homeless people down there needing $1 because they was laying out on every 6 feet of each goddamn block. And I know you seen that shit. Bitch, I ran out of goddamn money on the way through the march. I ain't had no more to get to them. Are you crazy? Are you nuts, girl? You nuts. You gotta be nuts. You gotta be nuts. The homeless people was even down there watching the march. In the rain. In the heat. Are you kidding me? Every freaking business was operable. Miss Wimbush. Every single one. There was nothing shut down on a Saturday. You know why. Because that's the day that people come out to shop after they done worked. After they done did a hard works a week. That's the day that they come out to walk around the Buckingham Fountain, to enjoy Lakeshore Drive, to do most of their exercising on their bikes. Do you know that downtown is predominantly condominiums? Are you aware that predominantly downtown Michigan Avenue is housing permanent residents down there. Bet you didn't know that shit, did you? You didn't know that shit, though, did you, girl? You didn't know that shit. You should have used them binoculars for that shit to see probably how many were standing in their condo windows. You should have used your binoculars for that type of shit. Not if it's a car window raised up. Come on, girl. You're smart. You're intellectual. Come on.
Only benefit would have been you being outside of MCC. Robert's too high to even see you or hear you, but he should have gotten word that you were there. So that.
Now, I find that funny too, Miss Wimbush, because you didn't speak on any aspect when Jocelyn and what's the other girl, the sister name? The JJs was down there doing this shit. You didn't speak on that shit, Miss Wimbush. They were down there. Hey, Rob, look, he on the 17th floor, Mom. It's the light. It's the light. You didn't speak on that. You didn't speak on them not being able to see him. You didn't speak on that one. And they were, goddammit, up on the train track. You remember they were doing that shit? Y'all remember they were doing this shit? Y'all put them high fives up in that room. Y'all put the high fives up in the room because I saw them doing that shit. And Jocelyn and whatever they said that they saw. Look, Mom, he on the 17th floor. It's the white light that's flickering. But you ain't say shit about that. But we get down there, and it's not possible that he was able to come to his window and see some support down there for him. You want to tell me that shit ain't possible? Let's roll with your video, boo. Come on, boo. You my boo. Boo thing.
Probably got to him and made him feel better. So that was the good point. But I kept asking myself, why would they schedule a rally during a pandemic on a weekend when nobody's going to be outside, don't call media, don't have flyers, and there really is no benefit to R.kelly. There's nothing that you accomplished. You did.
We were no benefit to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'm going to need you, Miss Wimbush, to put that same sentence that you just said, that same sentence, in your letter to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'm going to need you to put it in there. Matter of fact, I want you to put it in there in big, bold letters to him. That's what I want you to do. Send that part right there to him.
Not move the dial. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I could conclude was you did it for your own selfish purposes. To promote your channels, to promote your businesses, to promote yourselves so that you could get more subscribers, more monetizing money off of YouTube, and more Cash App money. And
now, you see how she took this whole thing and turned it and turned it. It's so easy to do and turned it. So now, Miss Wimbush, you are suspect. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, who you have not spoken to in over 20 years, needs to question himself about you. He needs to question who this woman is that I hired as my maid, as my nutritionist. Because, my dear, you have always had an agenda. Now that your foot is good and wet in the quicksand, you, my dear, shall sink. Let's go on. I want to hear your other one.
Someone did reach out to me and asked me for my input on the rally.
When a person starts speaking to you like that, indirect, she says someone reached out to her to give her input on a rally. I said when someone speaks indirect to you, indirect someone, when they started off that way, if you are not smart enough to say talk to the hand, you got to be a rabbit ass fool. The first thing is, who is the someone? And if they can't tell you that, they have their sources because they finna to feed you some bullshit, you shouldn't be standing there talking to them. Go tell somebody else your someone goddamn story. And that's how I feel about a lot of things. You can't come to me without bringing me the who, what, when, where, and the whys. You cannot do it. I will not allow you to use my ear to put this stuff in my head to think that I'm about to put on my fucking Inspector Gadget outfit to figure out your goddamn story. I'm not going to do it. When she came with that someone, yeah, I literally didn't have any interest in her story. I didn't watch it. I was getting texts and emails, you should listen to this one. Fine, I'll listen to it. Well, here I am today.
I not only gave them viable suggestions, I called them on the phone, talked to them at length to make sure they understood very clearly what they should do to be impactful, and said, call me if you have any questions or any
Call me if you have any questions, but this is what you should do. Coming from a person who sits and watch the sailboats, who sits and watch the seals go up and down in the water, who sits and says that if Oprah Winfrey says one more thing to such and such, he was going to come after her, who sits on here and claims that you was 30 years strong as a nutritionist for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. But you had not talked to him in over 20 years. 20 years. Y'all do not block Georgia girl. Do not block Georgia girl. Georgia girl, I've been waiting on you. What up, huh? You could have an opportunity to call in and speak to me as well. Do not block Georgia girl. Do not block Georgia girl. Allow her to put her thoughts on the show, you girls. Allow her on for a minute. Oh, we're going to stop the drama, Georgia girl. We're going to stop the drama. We're going to stop it.
The information that you need. More than happy to help. When I heard Debunking yell, where were the parents? I immediately called people and said, do you have his number? Can you call him and tell him to stop saying that? Can you reach him and tell him to say this, this, and this? So I did try to help beforehand. I've left videos on.
With who? Who did she try to help, you guys? Y'all give me a name in there so that I can know. Who did you try to help? Because she went on saying after that she left videos. She left videos. You who did you reach out to try to help, Miss Wimbush, other than leaving videos? Who? No one. You set your ass back there and you knew that this protest was going to go down and you couldn't wait to take your hands out of your ass to speak on this protest for the guy that you said you rocked with for 30 years but had not heard from in 20. You couldn't wait to post salt on this damn protest. This was never about who did it better. This was never about who put it out there first. This was never about that. This was about us just being heard a little bit. Sharon Wimbush, just being heard, even if it was from the little crowd, like you say we had, but we know the crowd that we had. We know that. We know we were there. We know. So we're going to allow you to continue to have your speculations on the march. But we're also, I'm not going to say we, I can speak for me. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait and watch you sell your ass over there to Washington. Don't just bark out the orders, be about the orders. That's what you're going to do. That's what you need to do.
What is needed if you're going to have a successful protest, rally, gathering on Michigan Avenue? It doesn't matter what you call it. It was an epic failure. And no, I don't want to see that. No, I'm not rooting for your failure. I'm rooting for your success. I don't want to have to take the time out to do a video like this.
She says that she's not rooting for your failure. She's rooting for your success. Where I'm from and how I roll, you don't get to tear down and try to build it back up. Once you tore it down, you're done. You're done. And I'm going to put this on record, you guys. From this point on, I don't give a rat's ass what Miss Sharon Bush does over there. I can also tell you, as a supporter of Robert Sylvester Kelly, this woman can lead a march over to Washington 100 fucking times, and I will not be behind her ever. And I'm standing on that. I will not be behind her. So nobody, everybody, do not email me. Do not ask me if I'm going. Anything that has Sharon Wimbush's name on it, anything that has Bookham's name on it, I will not be there. You don't get to go back and forth. We could have had patched this up a long time ago when the march was denounced, when it was put out there. We had a whole week. Bookham also could not lay down his swords, his ego, to push his people to make this what they would have liked to see. I do not, and I will not fall behind those. I will say, if they are going to go and do so, my respect, I'm going to put some respect on it and pray that they do be heard, that they do have the right people out there to march in honor of Robert Sylvester Kelly. That part I will do. I'll give my respect for it. The march coming together for the people. But when it comes to Sharon Wimbush and Mr. Booker, they do not have my support following behind them in the march. And I'm going to stand on that. It is what it is.
Or to even look at the comment and block you and delete you. That's time out of my schedule. So I'm here for Robert. I would like all of us to be here for Robert. So I'm here to help you.
And again, it's not about you liking me or me liking you. That's irrelevant. I'm not here for you. I'm here for Robert. Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan didn't like each other, but they worked together to get a championship. Kobe and Shaq didn't like each other, but they worked together to get a championship. So liking you and being kumbaya with you is not a prerequisite. What is a prereq is being able to put differences aside and get the work done.
That's a whole goddamn contradiction ass statement. You said that you would like to put the differences behind people and get to work. When you have learned about this march, you could have been put that out there, Sharon Wimbush, to book them. You could have done that. You didn't do that. You want to wait till after the fact of what we gave good effort to do to now try to say, let's put the differences aside. The only differences that needs to be put aside right now is for you, my dear, to shut the fuck up. Period. Going on over there. Do your banners. Get the news people out, since that's all you worthy of. You worthy for that. Go do your job. Go support the man whom you haven't talked to in over 20 years but knows everything about him. You go do it. You go over there and you continue to share with your people how we failed Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I guarantee you he's going to beg to differ on your shit. Don't forget, though, Miss Sharon Wimbush, to get your letter in the mail. First thing today or tomorrow. Send that shit down there to him. Pony Express. And you tell Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly how you took time out your day to shit on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters that gave it their best damn shot. Don't forget to tell him that we doubling it back. Don't forget to tell him that we don't give a damn if the news news people are out there. We don't give a damn if the stores are closed and if the windows are up on a car. We don't give a damn if it's goddamn snowing in the month of August. You tell Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly you shitted on him, but they coming back. That's what you do. Put don't leave one goddamn word out. Sharon Wimbush, baby. Because once he gets hold of what you said, I guarantee you it won't be another application in this fucking world for you to make that man cereal, for you to go up there and sniff the fucking panties in the drawer, for you to know any goddamn thing that went on in that man's home. And if you ask me, by you being on here now, trying to tell all your behooferys about it, because you saw this, baby, you telling his private shit as well. Your ass should have been fired your ass should have been fired before you got the goddamn milk out the cabinet to pour his cereal in. Your ass should have been fired when you took that first stair on that man's staircase to go upstairs. You should have been gone. You were a devil in disguise around Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Period. Now, I want to do just this, you guys, and I got to get out of here. I'm being invited on a Zoom where I must behave. I have to be good. You got the opinion talk side of Jackie pertaining some of Mrs. Sharon Wimbush thoughts about the epic failure of the march. However, she did have quite a few people that agreed with her. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed or all that. People get to choose who they want to ride with and not use their brain. It is what it is. We got those people in the world. In case y'all haven't noticed, you ain't seen Nieces 69 over there on Booker. I told you, I think that girl sold her brain to the goddamn grocery store and put it on the shelf. I promise you she did. That girl don't think at all. Well, this one here says, hello, Miss Wimbush. I truly like your suggestions. Everyone should be on one accord, and I think it's great that your suggestions is on point. Well, to Mrs. Harrell, I believe that you should have continued on and asked her, why didn't she put one together? Why? Huh? Because maybe if she would have, and before the ridicule of an epic fail, she just might have gotten the people that showed up downtown to the one that she would have put together previously before the one we did. She just might have gotten us out there behind her if her bonehead ass wouldn't have came back and said that it was an epic failure. She waited to put that out there. You don't have my support, Miss Wimbush. We had one, Chi-Town Finest. Shout out to you because she came back with a good one. We called the media several times. They said that they had no one to send. They did send 2 people from the media, Miss Wimbush. They did. Because I was standing right in front of the lady who was telling me how to turn it, twist it, and pose it, baby. She was over there killing me like Vogue, baby. She snapping. You know what she told me? Oh, perfect. Thank you. So they were there. Was it any of my business to share that? Nope. See, because I'm not the one to talk and tell everything. I had to wait for it to get out there, and it's going to be out there. You go see it. You go see it, Miss Wimbush. You get you that. You run your ass to the store or you look it up, and you going to say to yourself, well, I be goddamn. Yeah, honey, they were out there. We just didn't tell you everything. We didn't tell you everything. You didn't know everything. You know why I would have told you? Because the way you done sit up here and told all of our Sylvester Kelly bullshit, I know you was going to go tell that too. Might as well keep that quiet. Shout out to you, Chi-Town Finest. Shout out to you. There's supposed to be a march in Washington on August 28th. That would be a good opportunity for a group to be seen and heard, since the people in the media will be there. Okay? Y'all call me crazy, but wasn't it the media that helped destroy him? Isn't it the media that helped destroy him? Isn't it the media that put out there that he was this monstrous guy? Isn't it the media? As far as I'm concerned, the media can kind of stay away. We could do this ourselves. We share. You want to get down and get all of these news people down there. We know how they twist and turn the stuff. We know how they twist and turn the stuff up. Shout out to you, Basic Mom. Shout out to you. You told her thank you for your feedback. Good choice of words. Just to piggyback on your thoughts, this was planned months in advance. So we did reach out to the news media, and it was posted on all social media platforms. And you got that right, my sister, because I posted it and shared it everywhere. So no need to post flyers. That would have been a cleanup job. Folks would have thrown it in the trash. When everyone is on social media, we as residents of Illinois executed our plan. Shout out to you, Basic Mom. We executed our plan. We did. And we not only received your comment, we also were acknowledged by others. And that's what mattered to us. We did get support behind us. We did get a lot of love behind this. Does Sharon Wimbush realize that when it comes to Robert Sylvester Kelly, it's a 50-50 shot. It's a gamble. You got those that are not down for the cause. And we have those that are. For those people that showed up and those people that respond with heartfelt words and supported us, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. It was not for any front line attention. It was over 100 degrees outside. But again, she thanks Miss Sharon Wimbush for her feedback. And when you make your plans, she did say that she will attend it all about Robert Kelly. His sisters informed him on what was happening. So thank you for your analytical message. In my opinion, we all put in work and executed it. Nice job to all participants. Y'all get some shout out to Basic Mom. Michelle, shout out to you. That's it. That's all. Shout out to you. Shout out to you girls for going over and putting your feedback in there that was respectful. And you made your point to it. And you expressed to her how we did our job. I thank you girls. I thank you girls for doing that, because I know my words probably wouldn't have been too kind like you guys were. Sharon Wimbush, we're going back again. And whether if it's big or small, we're only going back to do one job. And that is to bring spirit, life back into Robert Sylvester Kelly. That is to let him know that if we're out here fighting for you, you must fight for us and bring yourself home. You must fight, I'm sorry, with us. Show us, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, that you are a fighter, that you can do this. You have the support out here, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. However, Miss Wimbush, you have approximately 10 days to get your letter in to your Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, of whom you have known over 30 years, but has been absentee in his life for over 20. It took something like this to spark up for you to come to life, to bring your shenanigans out here in these people, to sit here and say that things are done for clout or for views and all of that stuff. It's nonsense. You are too old. That's right. You're old. If you did 30 with him and you went 20 MIA, and now I'm gonna add another 5, maybe 7 years on. You're old to now want to come and shit on him. You need to go sit down. You need to go sit down. You need to go sit down. You shitted on your man. You shitted on your man people out here. You did. You shitted on him. And you know that Robert Sylvester Kelly from 20 years ago, and he has said it many and many and many and many of times, that he's about the love. He doesn't do the hate. He doesn't like that. You said it plenty of times, Miss Wimbush. And guess what you just did? Hate. You took the love from people. You tore down his march. Wasn't our march. It was Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's march. And I'm going to tell you why I address him as Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's not only because of him being a man. It's not because of me being a woman. It's because of him being known as a well-goddamn legend out here. And I don't know him personally. So I'm going to put some respect on his name while he waits for the chance to fight his case. We didn't have to stand out there and define the whole due process terminology of it. You're intellectual. You know what due process means. Our words was to be heard so that that man, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, can have his chance to fight the judicial system, to restore his rights back, which he has rightfully rights to do so. That was the purpose. That was the meaning of our march. I got to get up out of here, you guys. It's getting pretty late. Everybody in the chat room, I have 2 more people up. I'm going to take that back because they just made me shut the hell up. They have hit that like button. I got 84, and I appreciate you guys. After this one here, I have nothing else to say on the march of what they're going to be doing over there. I have spoken. I have said what Papoose is going to do. And that is what I am going to do. I support. If you're supporting, you hashtag in my chat room right now. I support. That's all he needs to know. Sharon Wimbush can go on and have herself a beautiful day. Bookham can go on and have himself a beautiful day. I will not pour salt on a march. I do want them to have a intended, well-needed march on that side of the coast as well. But I do not, in no shape or form, or can be convinced at all to march behind them. That I will not do. And I would like for the people to respect how I feel about that. On the way out, Sharon Wimbush, before I go and before I leave here, everyone in the room knows how I rock because we are what people, and we are going to go have a what kind of day? Y'all show Sharon Wimbush what we do at the end of our show up in here. And while y'all posting those up, post it up what we do. We go have a what kind of day? What kind of day do we go have? What kind of day? Sheila, you late? We go have a beautiful goddamn day behind your bullshit. And I said what I said. Have a beautiful day, Sharon Wimbush. But on that note, baby, we about up out of here. You about to lose your job. Hit it, y'all. For nothing. You about to lose your job, girl. You about to lose your job. You ain't no friend. You ain't no friend of his, Sharon Wimbush. Get those letters in the mail to that man, and you tell him how you shitted on his supporters. That's your job. And if you don't do your job, guess what? You about to lose your job. You gonna lose your job. You gonna lose your job. We gonna detain your ass for something. You are gonna lose What? You about to lose your job. It made me mad up in here this morning, y'all. I got to get over to this meeting before I get to work. I hope to see you guys over there. First time on the show, gonna do something a little bit different. And y'all know where it's gonna be held at? I'm going over to Texas Black Diamond Show to sit in with some of the people that was down at the march and give my thoughts and my opinions on this march that we just had and talk about a little bit of doubling up. Sharon Wimbush, lose your job, because we ain't worried over here. I ain't worried over here. They ain't worried in the chat. We know what went down. What? Your job. You got to lose up your job. And then you want to talk about, hold on, y'all. Stop the press. 2 minutes. Did you sit your ass over there, Miss Wimbush, talking about the barbecue? I got to put my glasses back on. Did you do that? You want to tell me what type of inhumane ass person you are? You mean to tell me that those people that did that walking in that 100 degrees weather turned around and came back in the storm and did it again? We up early and we walking. You mean to tell me that those people were not entitled to eat? Not entitled to enjoy themselves after a day's work? Where you from? Where you been out there talking to them seals a little bit? Too long. A little too long, girl. A little too long. You need to get back into the general population, because when people work for their nutrition and to you oh my Lord, you a goddamn nutrition. I just remember. You mean to tell me that they did some harm eating? You mean to tell me that they did some harm after our work was done to go and enjoy themselves on a party bus that lifted them up to say we did it? You mean to tell me that was some inhumane shit to you? You been sitting with them goddamn seals too damn long, baby. Come on and drink. You got to get back out into the general population, because it's still some real shit going down, y'all. It's still some real shit going down. It is. And you have no idea, because you done lost touch with the humans. You down there with the ducks, the seals, and the geeses. Girl, bye. Y'all get on up out of here. Don't forget to support my channel, you guys. Don't forget to keep hitting the like button. Share it. Don't forget to go over and subscribe to the One Papoose channel, because I am coming back to that channel, you guys. Don't forget. But don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to support your girl over here. I know I'm little, but don't forget about me. Come on back. We're sitting here. We're getting back to our Saturday nights vibe, ladies, and all of those things. But on that note, we got to get on up out of here, Sharon. We got to go. We go, Sharon. Hope to see you, Sharon, on August. We hope to see you, Sharon, on August. We hope to see you, baby. But you can come on down there, and you ain't gonna run shit in my Shaborn's voice. We did that, y'all. We did that. July 18th, 19th, 20. We did that. Shout out to everybody that came down, supported, put the footwork in, got wet and heated up in the hot sun. We did that. And don't take that. Don't allow nobody to take that from you guys. We gave it our best. Sharon Wimbush, you got 10 days to get your letter in the mail to Robert Sylvester Kelly on how you shit on his supporter when he clearly told you and the world to love. Put those red hearts up in the chat room on the way up out of here. He told everybody to love. and you tried to tear that love down. Shame on you, girl. Shame on you, girl. Shame on you. Shame on you, honey. Let's get on up out of here, y'all. Let's get on up out of here. Y'all go. Go, go, go. Have a nice day. Go ahead. Meet me over there on Texas Black Diamond. I'm waiting on her to send me the link, and I'm going to join in, and I hope you guys enjoy the show as well over there. Bye.